Hello friend, welcome back. In your previous video, I have solved our another features as a show a specific product. I hope it's very much clear to you. Now in this video, I want to discuss about that insert a product data. Okay, so if you want to insert some of the data, like in your postman, into this postman, better want to create another request. I simply click as a add request and I just name it as a insert. Okay, insert a product. I copy it. That will be our request name as insert a product. Now click as a save REST into the REST API. That is our insert a product. So if you want to insert any product, now that should be one of the post method, right? So that is our post method. And after that here, that will be one of the URL. And then if you go to that body, into this body from here, that is one of the form into this form area, you can also insert it. Before I have already discussed about that things with you. Rather than there is also another one as a row. So here I want to add another name, like here first of all that will be a curly bracket, and to this curly bracket I name it that will be as a name. Okay, I name it as a name. Our name will be that is one of the JSON data. For the reasons here I am right now write down that things like that way, and I just name it as a banana. Okay, so I name it as a banana, and for the banana I want to add another one. I want to add another one as a price. Price will be I want to make this price will be as a 60. Okay, that is a 60. So before pressing that send, I want to create our URL. Right here we have to create this URL. So if you want to create this URL, simply go there. So I want to do simply I create one of the route for this. That will be as app, right? App, and then I name it as that will be one of the post method because I want to post this data, right? Our route name I make it as the API, and then the product. Okay, product or products, whatever you choose, I make it as a products. And then we have to pass that our request handler. Into this request handler there is a two parameter. One is the request and also another is the response. I simply add both of these, then our array function. So that is our function. So into this function, that is all that our value. Before I have already discussed about that things with you. You have if you want to get that any data, then we have to get it by the body, right? That is a request to our body. So I want to pass that our response first into the response, and with the send method. Into the send method area, I want to pass that our request. Okay, that will be requested our body. So right now all that our array row data that is into this body. Okay, that means our requested body, all the data in here. So if you want to pass it, also you have to add one of the middleware, right? Because here we have to use that as a parser. With this JSON parser we have to actually pass this data. For the reasons I name it as a app, I create one of the middleware. I hope you already remembered that part. I have already discussed about that things with you. That will be our express. That means our express, and into this express there is a JSON. Okay, I simply call that our JSON. Perfect. So now I want to save it. Click as a save all. I want to check it. Right now our URL will be as a API and then products, right? I want to go better. I copy it. I copy the total things, and then here I simply paste it. That will be the API and then products our URL, and then that will be another post method, and here I pass as a name and then price. So now if you click as a send, now you can see it's not display any data. It's because of all right now you can see there is a type as a text, right? So that is one of the JSON data I want to insert. So for the reasons here, make that sure you have to make it as a JSON data. Okay, now that should be work. Right now that is our total URL here. Now that should be stored this data. If you go, and now that is our JSON. Now click as a send. Yes, you can see now it successfully add that name, and also it successfully add that our price. So now friend, I want to add our this data. Okay, I want to add this data in our array. That means in our array, that is actually all the products, right? Here I want to add it. But there have one of the issue. I have already insert two of these things. I have insert that name, I have insert the price. But right now there have also ID. Right, we have to generate one of the ID. So you can generate some of the ID with another npm package as a UUI. If you go to that Google and if you search with the UUI, okay, UUI ID. So that is a UUID npm. If you search with this, now that is simply go there Okay, simply go there. That is our another npm package. You can see, first of all, here you have to install it, and there is a installation, all that code. And if you want to access it, first of all, you have to import it, and then you have to use it. Then automatically that will be generated one of the ID. So if you want to install that package, there's also the total command line. I simply copy it, and now go to our project. Our one terminal is now running. I want to open another terminal. Okay, or new terminal. I simply open that new terminal, and here, and we want to paste it as npm install uuid. Now click as enter. Now that will be installed with uuid in your system. You can see it's successfully installed. And now we have to use it. So if you want to use it here, there is a simple things. I simply copy it, and now we have to, first of all, we have to use it. I copy it, and now if you go in our index, so into this index, after this express, I want to paste it. Okay, that will be inputted as a v4 uuid before from uuid. I have already installed that uuid. That means right now it will be get this data, and with this we can actually display it. So now I simply cut it. Okay, I cut it, and then in our method, that is our total JSON data, right? Here, that is our requested. So in particular, that position, I have already get all that our data. That is a body data means what? Body data means that is actually our body data, right? So into this body area, if you want to access that name, you can access this name. If you want to access that price, you can also access that price. So everything in our body. That means right now I want to do, okay, here I want to add one of the object. First of all, I take one of the constant variable. Everything will be very clear, like I name it as a product. So that will be one of the variable name, and here I want to create one of the object. Okay, I will simply create one of the object, and here first of all that will be our ID, right? Our ID property, property that will be automatically generated with our this UID before, that is our method. So with this it will be generated this ID. Okay, and also after that I want to take our another one that will be as a name, and name that will be which one? Name will be our, that is the name, right? So if you want to access it, everything in our this body, everything in our this requested body, right? That means that will be our request. There is a request, and then the body, and body I want to access that property as a name. Okay, same as if you want to get that as a price, so that will be the price, and for the price I want to do that will be in our request, and the body, and then the price. I hope, friend, it's very much clear to you. Here we have successfully generated our product. Now we have to push it, right? We have to push it in our which position? We have to push it in our this array, right? So that is our array, our this array name as a product. So here I want to now push our this product. So I simply click as a copy, and now after that is very easy, all that process. I hope you understand. That is our products, right? So into this products area with the push method, I want to push our which data? I want to push our new data that I have inserted. It will be generated one of the unique ID. I have already get that requested body name, requested body price. So that is our requested body name and then price. So it will be get all the data, and now it will be push in our here. Okay, that means in our products area it will be push all that our data. I simply loaded that things in here. And for the response, now I want to pass our this total data. Simple work. Right now I want to do, I simply pass it, so that will be as a return, and into the return that is our response, and into this response that will be obviously one of the JSON format data. So I make it as a JSON. Our JSON data will be which one? Our this one, right? I have take that things with this variable. Now I simply pass it. Okay, friend. Now if you click as a save all, I simply save all and make that your server is running. So our server, and that is our server, right? You can see there is actually another one, and that is our server. So here it show as a Nodemon app crashed, wait for the file changes before starting. Better I want to close it. Okay, close it, and also I close it. I want to run it again. Now click as open and go to the terminal, and now here if you want to run this server, then that will be as a npm run server. Now click as enter. So now they have some of the error as a Nodemon crash waiting for the file changes before. What exactly that issue? Cannot use input statement outside of this module. Okay, so here they have some of the issues. Here there is input this one from the UID. Okay, here it actually gets some of the issues. That means here, So here that is actually the imported that thing's pin. Here if you go, there is a create UI ID, and also there is another one as using the command JS is syntax. You can see there is also another one, but I want to use this one. I simply copy it, and our function will be the same. I simply copy this one. I copy it. Now I want to change it. Okay, here I paste it. Now let's check this out. If you click as a save all, yeah, you can see right now our server is now successfully running. Great. So they have no issues. So make that sure you use that as a constant. This one, okay, this one you just simply use it as or using that command JS syntax. So that is for the US6 module syntax, and that is our command syntax. So now we want to use that as a command syntax, and right now everything is great. Okay, now let's check this out. If you now go to our Postman, into this Postman, that is our total API. Here now we want to post it again. Now click as a send. Yes, you can see now it's successfully generated one of the ID, and it's successfully generated the name and then the price. So now I want to check it. It's successfully inserted or not. If you want to check it, I have already created one of the get method for get all the data. You can see that is our API and then products as a get method. So before that was as a one ID and then two ID. Now I want to check another one is successfully added or not. If you click as a send it again. Now there is our one, there is a two. Yes, you can see now there is a new data is now successfully inserted. So right now friend, I am actually inserted everything into the array. Here I didn't use any database. Literally I will add some of the database. We'll go more deep. Don't worry about it. Just simply understand all that step-by-step process, how I deal with it, because everything is interconnected. Everything will be needed. Okay. So here also now we are successfully complete our another features as the insert a product data, which is totally fine. And then there is also another one is a specific data update with the using the put method, the patch method is delete data, delete all data. Okay, step by step I will cover everything with the live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.